I am FeedBackGaming, and this is Europa Universalis V. And this is a leap forward to return to those Europa Universalis roots. This is West Africa, Big Mali. This is the Holy Roman Empire, Border Gaul, as usual. Russia, more like Golden Horde, right? And of course, we have a massive blobbed China, led by Mongolians. And you can even see the Mongolian culture there as well. And I played games in unconventional ways. In the start of EU5, professional armies aren't really a thing. Only a bunch of nations have them. Everything is relied on levies, like in Crusader Kings. Now, there is a way you can manipulate levies early game to have a disproportionately large army. And I will do that in the island of Ireland. Culture, you ask? Irish and proud. Religion, Catholic, as you would imagine. And population is the key one. Okay, there's a lot of numbers here, but the big pops here is the 41,000 here. Then we have Dublin at almost 60,000, and also a little bit in the north too. But there is one tribe of Ireland that has a very large population, which I think it might be a bug. This boyo. Oh, Will, with the boar flag. I like that. What we're going to do today is start out as a tribe of Ireland and blob out and hopefully form the Kingdom of Ireland. Oh, Will, we do it? Let's find out. Interestingly enough, we are allied to Mayo, and we have an ally to our south of WC. So we will start the game by occupying the water closet. All right, first of all, we're going to focus on levies. So first of all, we get to choose our levy age criterion. If you can see this bottom one here, it gets 5% extra levies. So I'm going to go for everyone. Everyone has to become a levy. Next up, we're going to state arrival, which is going to be our toilet below us, meaning we're going to gain extra prestige when we defeat them, which we will. Next up, we are going to go into our country here, then into our states, and see at the very start of the game, our commoners, which are down here, have this. Now, this is a big penalty to how many of them have to serve as levies. See that? Minus 50%. I want big levies, so we're going to revoke that privilege immediately, costing us 50 stability. Then we're going to go back into commoners and select something that gives us more levies. There we go. Militia of commoners. Not only does this give us extra levies of 20%, but top it off as well, levy combat efficiency plus 25%. Our levies are getting bigger by the second. Top it off as well, we get to select our research. So there's many ages. As you can see, I'm in the age of traditions, then into the age of Renaissance, onwards and upwards. First thing we want to do is get through some of these basic tech. So we'll go for a bunch of these military technologies. Economy, that's right, they brought back sliders. So in this case, what I'm going to do is increase my minting so I only have minus 1% reduction of inflation. We're currently at 0%, so that's fine. We're going to max out our cost to increase tribal cohesion. Tribal cohesion is like your legitimacy and increases your levies. Plus, we'll keep the diplomacy as it is, and then we'll let them automate the taxes. Next up, trade. We are going to let the game automate trade. This is going to be a game about conquest, warfare, and battles, getting dirty, blobbing out the map. The game is really good at automating trade, so we're going to let that do it automatically and focus on income. Last but not least for setting up is setting up your cabinet. These are the most important positions for your country. At the very start of the game, though, there's not a lot of actions that we really care too much about. Until we've conquered some enemy territory, a lot of this is kind of redundant. So we'll go for stability because that's our resource to declaring war. And then we'll select someone who's going to give us extra boost, gaining stability. In that circumstance, it's going to be someone who's got high military skills. So you'll do. Deal with the cabinet position where we'll be changing, but we'll strengthen the government, giving us more legitimacy, just tribal cohesion, and that will give us more levies. And you can see here in the top right, can you see this? So here we go. Government, stability, increasing stability, and strengthening government. And these are the cabinet positions doing that. Anyway, 5 speed. Let's go. It's the 1st of May. Do you know what that means? We can now declare war. And we are going to go for a classic no CB war. Boom. Raise the levies. 500 levies compared to what they've got, which is probably like 50 probably. Doesn't even matter. They don't get to raise the levies because I make them peace out immediately. Take all their money as well. Boom. We have doubled the amount of territory in one single war. Now with the guy who's strengthening government, we're going to tell him to integrate this territory, which is technically coring. Core this territory. He is coring it now. You can see here, conquered rural settlement, meaning not cored. And you can see there's some big, hefty penalties. Particularly separatism is the big one. Get those rebels down. And what we'll do is build a spy network in Desmond and Munster. Top it off too. We are going to declare war on this neighbor. Has he got allies? No, it doesn't matter. Declare anyway. Boom. Another war. Raise the levies. Now we have a total of 1,236 levies. We'll assign a commander this time. This time around, military skill isn't just based on the military power. See this? You can see Administrative ability has ability for sieges. You can see diplomatic ability gives morale, where military ability gives plain old movement speed and discipline. We're going to see our first battle. No, because we occupy them immediately. And as you can see with zone of control, we occupy all the territory around it as well. Automatically. Auto-magically. Oh, and there is actually a fort here as well. Okay. In that case, we'll break off the siege. That way we'll take minimum losses. And then we'll assign a guy who's good at sieging. And you'll do just fine. And then we have to wait now. Occupying our first fort. And also our very first town. So all of these areas here in red are rural regions. They're limited to what they can build, but they have a big output to food production. However, the yellow ones are classed as towns, giving all these big bonuses. Plus, it unlocks a bunch of new buildings too. There also are cities as well, which have even more bonuses, but they're very, very expensive to build. You can upgrade them if you want. But the amount of tribe, I'm kind of prioritized for going for rural regions. A situation has occurred. The 100 Years' War between Kingdom of France and the Kingdom of England, which is basically a situation where these two nations keep going into further wars together until their situation is resolved. What we've inadvertently done here is we've accidentally made our army size incredibly large compared to all the neighbours of Ireland. So if you look at Desmond, for instance, which is a very big nation, as well as Munster, their army size is relatively the same size as ours, even though we only own 2 provinces, even though they own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same with Munster as well. Oh, and they are no match for us. Okay, so only Desmond is the strong power here. Okay, well, we're learning new things. The first siege is underway. As you can see, sieges work exactly the same way they did with EU4. 35% chance. Will we get it? Boom. There we go. Fully occupied. We can peace out now. We've got our very first fort and our very first town. Rome has conquered. Well, no. Ireland has conquered. Opportunity for another rivalry. We'll go for this guy. That'll gain us more prestige when we defeat them. Plus, we have an opportunity to do a royal marriage, and we'll do that to gain a little bit of prestige. Okay. Plus, it'll give us offspring, which gives us more options for a new heir. Okay, our stability right now is over -50, meaning we can't even declare war now. If you look at the penalties for having low stability, though, they're not actually that bad. The biggest penalty is your estates are kind of mad. However, it also increases the chance of rebellions. But right now, we're focused on declaring war. We don't have a lot of territory to begin with, so it'll not make a lot of difference. All right, 5 speed. Let's go. Now we've got occupied our very first town, which is this region here. We can select these buildings for the burghers. In this case, the building we're going to go for is a very special building, the marketplace. And what this does is increases our trade capacity by +1. Can you see that? So we'll build that, and we'll try and build the full 3 that can be positioned in this town. If you look right now, our current market capacity, look really closely on the doublet market, is 0.35. Now that will increase it massively to 1.35 times, meaning the amount of trade capacity that can run through our nation is going up hugely. Our current only trading partner is Riga, which is traveling through Dublin, which increases our income, a profit of 0.81. Balance. What we'll do is invest more money into improving stability, meaning stability will now increase per month by +1.02, which is a massive increase, which allows us to have the potential to declare war more frequently, which is exactly what we want to do. Marketplace has finished, and if you'll hop into trade now and into the market, you can see now we're increasing our trade volume, particularly for paper from Paris. Okay. Also furs once again, and there we go. We're at our trade capacity now. AI is specifically selecting trades that are going to have the maximum amount of income, therefore generating us more money overall. Okay, we've got a big spy network inside of Monster now. What we can do is create a casus belli, and the option we've got now is to make them, a tributary. Interesting. Okay, we'll do that. But now we're actually creating a casus belli against this nation, meaning that we can declare war without losing stability. Okay, the OPM to the north. Yep, we can do that. We can declare war. Let's do that. Declare, whoosh, and raise the levies. Levy size now is almost 2,000 dudes. Make sure we go for the ones with the little flags, so those are the capitals of those states. So in that case, it'll just automatically occupy all territory nearby. And then we occupy, and that's it. We won the war. That was the quickest one ever. Take all the money. We do not have a diplomat, so we have to wait for a diplomat. We can increase funding into diplomats, so we can increase the chance of getting a new one. There we go. We are gaining 0.21 diplomats per month, and we currently have 0.84. Diplomats aren't just a free currency now. You need to invest into your diplomacy with your own currency to be able to afford diplomats. Our nation has expanded. More money, another town, another opportunity to build more markets for more profit. Right, so our army size now is 2,700 levies. Can you see that right there? 2,700. Plus, Desmond below us Doesn't say the precise number, but it will say we are stronger than them. Oh my goodness, we're way stronger than them. You can see here, look, 2,746 levies compared to their 532. Wow, we're significantly bigger than them. Our little boy here, tiny little boy of Ireland, is now the largest tribe. So we're not an absolute monarchy. We do not have absolute control. We're kind of a tribe, kind of a tribal council. And every now and then we have to use our state to raise a parliamentary issue. And what we can do now is do that in our capital and select what the issue we want to focus on. And these will give big bonuses depending on what we want to focus on. Market regulations is a good one because it increases trade efficiency. You kind of get the idea. In this case, we'll go for market regulations. It's always a good idea to run one of these because you get a malus to your penalty for your happiness from your estates. And it has a very small chance to succeed. But for the most part, you just run these and you'll gain bonuses for just having debates. Never mind if they succeed or not. I'm going to create a casus belli towards Desmond. And it is going to be to make a tribal feud, which is basically tribal conquest. We go into diplomacy map mode. We can see who's allied to who. And therefore, we've got opportunities to gobble up many different minor powers within Ireland. Okay, there is a dynamic happening within Ireland. And that is the battle between the English control, which is the Pale, as well as the Celtic leader of Ireland. And you can see here the high kingship of Ireland, and that is what I'm kind of disputing and fighting for. There is kind of a situation, a regional situation that's only happening within Ireland. First casus belli is now done. We did declare war now. We can select make tributary. We can't declare war because our stability is too low. And this will only cost us 10 stability instead of the 25. So it is more economical. We've reached the age of Renaissance. We are going to go for a military focus. Top it off, we can go into the age of Renaissance and select a bunch of technologies that's going to help us. This one here, levy size plus 10%, enforce service. 9 research away, but it's definitely going to be worth it. All right, we can declare war again now. We might have the opportunity to go for a tribal feud. Oh, our king has died and we have a new king. Yep, new casus belli. Tribal feud on Desmond. This will not cost us any stability, and they have one ally, which is their nearby neighbor, and we can declare war, and we can raise the levies. 2,500 levies now. And select a decent leader. This guy's pretty good. Let's go. Oh, this piece of land. Oh, we're going to have a first battle. They're about to intercept us. We're engaged in battle, and that battle, I blinked and I missed it because we won so unbelievably quickly. Take the land. Oh, another opportunity for a battle here. I'll drop it to 2 speed. We're going to move over. You can see these guys are all farmers with farming equipment going into battle. Got one noble on his horse and also another pitchfork levy. We're moving over, and the battle concluded so quickly we stack wiped them instantly with no losses. And that is diplomacy down the barrel of a gun. All right, we're going to go 5 speed now and occupy the land that we need. In this case, we can mop up any armies that come in our way. As you can see here, not offering much resistance. Oh, an actual decent battle now. And once again, wipe them clean again. Because we're not fighting a battle here with equal numbers on either side, we're wiping them so quickly I can't really show the battle. Anyway, regardless, occupy, occupy, and finally occupy. And there we go, fully occupied. What I'm going to do to begin with is I'm going to see if we can make Ormond our vassal. Yeah, we can. We can piece them out separately. Then we'll improve relations so that they can see that they're our color. I think I can do the same for Desmond as well. Does Desmond have a city? Yeah, they do. Probably would like to occupy that city. Take this little bit of land here. This is the one we had a casus belli on, and then we make the rest of them a tribute. Then we take the rest of the money. It's a bit of a messy borders, but we now get access to the town, which we can build a market, and we can vassalize the rest. Integrating territory in EU5 is kind of slow. It's a work in progress. It might change on the final release, but at the moment it takes so long and it's so slow. As you can see, like here, the green is the core territory. It is better to make them a vassal and then integrate them through vassaling, as well as integrating normally as well. Victory. And now we control practically half of Ireland. So this is one of the situations that's happening inside of Ireland. So right now, the King of England is approaching us and saying, we will reform your government as long as you kind of become a subject of England. We'll change our court language to French, and we'll become a monarchy. But the downside is we become Anglo-Irish, no longer Irish. And that's kind of bad because you have a permanent penalty to unhappiness because most of your population is Irish. So we are going to decline. This would make us more aligned with the Pale and also the Lordship of Ireland. However, we're focusing more on High Kingdom of Ireland, which is Irish for the Irish. Can we declare war on Munster? Yes, they have 3 allies. Actually, those are our allies. They have 1 ally. We can do our make tributary casus belli, which costs no stability. I'm going to raise the levies. We now have almost 4,000 of them. The town's population is making all the difference. Plus, we've got all our allies too. You can see the amount of damage we can do is going to be massive now. Same again. See the ones with the little flags? These are their state capitals. So if we grab those, we'll automatically gain access to the rest of their territory. And as you can see, probably see right now, our vassals are doing all the work for us. And that was a pretty quick, easy war. Same again. I'm going to take some of their territory, but the rest of it, I am going to vassalize. Have the option to become a vassal? No, there's no option to become a vassal. In that case, we take the rest of the territory. It must have been the Casus Belli we went for because we've gone for the tributary one. And there we go. We now control half of Ireland. Maybe just under half. Okay, Tyrone is looking pretty fat. So what I'm going to do is build a spy network in you as well as Ulster. Also, I'm going to break my alliance with Mayo. I'm more of a ketchup kind of guy. Break alliance. There we go. Okay, we declare war now. We're going to have an option to gobble up 4 powers. So I'm going to do that now. I've got no CB, but no CB will cost me stability, and I'm okay with that. I'm going to piece them out individually, though, because it'll go over my war score. I'll piece them out 1 by 1 by 1 by 1. You're probably thinking, whoa, Dave, this looks pretty easy. You're just mopping them up. It's because our levies are so disproportionately large. We can now form a formidable nation. I recognize this one because it's from EU4. I will not attempt to pronounce it. Boom. We now have a longer name. Oh, will has become cannot. Cannot form Ireland? We'll see about that. So they're all forming a coalition against us now. And that was the downside of declaring war and individually piecing them out. But this is a good thing because that means they're going to form a big fat coalition against us. Meaning we can conquer all of Ireland with less wars overall. Create Casus Belli, tribal feud with a CB. I told you this video was going to be all about conquest, didn't I? I'm not disappointing, am I? No? Okay, production, marketplaces, build marketplaces. Build loads more and we can increase our income massively. As you can see right now, our trade expenses are 6.47, I say ducats. If you look at the trade income now, 13.51. That is a handsome profit. We've gained a core. We've expanded with cores. As you can see, the expansion is very slow, though. Hence the reason why I like to do it diplomatically as well as militarily. The Black Death has arrived. So this is another situation. You can say it has started in the Golden Horde and it spreads across the world. Another opportunity for a CB. Tyrone, lots of allies. This is going to cause a massive coalition war. Tribal feud. Declare. Toll levies 4,500. We're unifying them into a big force. Once again, you're not going to see any good battles here, guys. I'm really sorry. And the simple explanation is they just can't fuel that many troops compared to us. Well, without further ado, let's just mop everything up. All right, that's it. Conquered everything. We can break off the sieges and then do the 2 forts. And now I think about it, that's the entirety of Ireland conquered. Oh, actually, no, Leicester. I don't have Leicester. Siege in the north is done, and the south is done too. Now, I don't think I can piece these out individually because this is a specifically Casus Belli for conquest. I suppose I could take Kildare as a vassal, so I will do that. Vassal Ulster, vassal Tyrone. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean I get to eat into these little vassals. Can we individually piece these out? No. Okay, looks like we're going to have to mop those up in another war. Boom. I have so many vassals now. Probably too many vassals. Anyway, regardless, increase opinion. And you can see now the 3 remaining minor powers. Well, the Celtic Irish. Well, there's 1, 2, 3. And I guess Leicester as well for 4. And then the rest are all part of the Pale of England. Meanwhile, the Black Death has been and gone. And I thought, oh, okay, I didn't get affected by it by much. And I look, oh, current deaths, 93,000. And if you look at my population graph, you could say there was a minor blip. That's right, 1 in 100 people, 1 in 10, actually, 1 in 10 people died in my country. And I completely did not miss because I was preoccupied with my war. Whoops. Okay, update. Integrate the north now. Well, north-ish. And integrating here. One of our puppets have been integrated. Boosting relations now. And then hopefully with the possibility of annexing Leicester, we can create a Casus Belli. Plus 10% levy size. That brings our total levies to 3,700. Okay, we've kind of gone up and down with this. And the reason why is our autonomy keeps going up and down. See, the autonomy here is really low, which is what they call control in EU5. And because it's so unbelievably low, we're not getting any levies from this land. When we core it, we'll gain a little bit more control as it pushes up over time. Okay, we've got a lot of money now, and our capital city is considered a rural settlement. We can upgrade it now to a town. Then we can build more markets, then gain more trade. Win, win, win. Now our capital is a town. Now we've got burgers. We can go for marketplace. It is literally everyone versus them. We'll raise all the levies. And our vassals are coming along too. Is this even going to be an opportunity for them to do anything? Nope. Occupy them completely. Sue for peace. Boom. Peace. Comet sighted. Classic EU meme. Another annexation of Desmond. And you can see the green is now pushing out throughout the map. Definitely diplo-annexing is the way forward. We're going to improve relations again. Another CB has come through. And another tribal feud. Now, all of Ireland was under my control. Either a vassal or directly. Well, aside from the British-owned stuff. Peace out. All the gold. Boom. I guess the Pale is the next rival. Britain is at war. I keep calling it Britain. It's England. Is at war with Scotland and France. This could be an opportunity to strike. Yay, we finally recovered from the Black Death. Which historically is a quicker recovery than did happen historically. Okay, England isn't doing too well. I think this is an opportunity for me to strike. Yeah, I'm doing it. I do a no CB war and it costs me 25 stability. Or do a tribal feud. Yeah, balls to it. Let's do a no CB. Let's do it. Raise all the levies. Oh, I'm the new High King of Ireland, right? Ooh, okay. The first thing I'm going to do now is secure this immediate land. Oh, this is our army. So now we're going to be facing proper armies now. Hopefully, England will be preoccupied. There's a fort here, and there's also a fort here. And also, there's a fort here. No, there's not. There's one here. So there's 3 forts. So I can occupy all the south for now. It's pretty good. Okay, they've got double the amount of levies that we've got. They actually have a professional army, but not much of it. They've got a bit of manpower. They've got way more sailors than us, and they have... This might be doable. Okay, our king has just died. The shock of going to the war against the British was too much for him. Now he's leading our armies. Scary. Okay, we've occupied the south. We just need to occupy these 2 forts in the Pale now. Okay, our armies have arrived now, and we're going to have to siege. Sieges, unfortunately, without cannons, take a very, very long time. It is what it is. Forts, very strong. Okay, what I can do here now is hold a parliament. Pick something that one of the sides are going to like. We'll go for the noble art, shall we? Then we'll grant a privilege. Nobility leaders. Now we have over 50% score. We can go for a parliament request. In this case, we're going to ask for large levies, which increases levy size by 25%. I told you it's all about increasing the levies. It is the levy meta. Now we're just waiting for the sieges to tick. Boom. First siege done. And then another one. And then another one. Luckily, England is preoccupied. Oh, no, they've actually pieced out the Scots and the French. Oh, wait, no, I'm wrong. No, they're still at war with them. Okay. Battle for Europe commences. Sieging. Again. Oh, wow. We actually got the fort. Oh, wow. I'm actually blown away. That was lightning fast. Okay, one more fort, and then we occupy all of Ireland. Okay. The real boys have arrived. So I need to find the best general here. Ideally, it's this guy. The guy who's on our cabinet. Mr. Mowbray. So we'll reassign him with somebody else. Then you're going to become a general because you're like good at everything. Then we'll merge up the 2 armies, and that means we outnumber them slightly, but they have some cavalry, which is very worrying. Okay, they're going to engage us now. Here we go, boys. This is it. You wanted to see a battle in EU5, because we're very likely to win. Not only do we have our army, we have 37 of one of our vassals too. Not many, but makes up the numbers. And here come the English, very slowly approaching us. Oh, and they're not engaging us. They're actually backing up. So maybe we want to engage them. All of a sudden, they decide to engage, and they've just changed their mind at the last second. I wonder why. That kind of suggests that they don't think they can win. All right, we're going to engage them here. We are likely to win. Wow, look at our guy. Our commander is 728885. They're on 299281. Okay, that guy is still actually okay. He's not terrible. And here we are. The initial engagement has arrived. Initially on their side, taking a little bit more losses. See the breakdown of the troops that are fighting on the left here. Oh, it's a little bit uncertain who's going to win this. It looks like there's a slight advantage when it comes down to losses for the Irish. But the English and the Irish now are coming together in the second. And, oh, the numbers have just dropped. Some of the models just disappeared. Ah, that looks like a win for the Irish. The battle of the many levies. And it is a victory. They lost practically everyone. Okay, we lost 1,500. They lost 99 amount of their troops. I'm going to pursue them through the countryside and mop up. And boom, we mop up. As easy as that. Okay. To be real right now, they keep dropping off more troops. I keep winning battles, but keep pushing them back. I don't think I'm going to be able to secure that one final piece of land. So, if I can grab... I can grab almost all the land anyway. Yeah, I can grab all the coastline and all the forts. So that basically gives me a massive advantage for future wars. That fort. Can't grab that one for now. But then all this land. Boom. Peace! Not quite the everything in the peace conference, but still pretty good. Possible institutions. We can embrace the following. Meritocracy, Renaissance, and banking. Oh, and also professional armies. Okay, that's the big one. So this will slowly move into our land based on where we are in the world. This will cost us 97 stability and 18 gold if we introduce it now. We will introduce it, but if we force it too early, it'll cost more. So we'll just give it a bit more time, and eventually we'll introduce it to all of our realm. Start annexing Vassal to the north, improve further relations, and then the relations with this Vassal of Kildare, 95. Okay, that's still a work in progress, but we're getting there. We are still the High King of Ireland too. A royal marriage from our vassal that we're just about to annex. Sure. And things are looking pretty good right now. Meanwhile, England is getting demolished by... Well, they're demolishing Scotland, but France is occupying the north. So it's a bit of both. Tyrone annexed. Oh my god, the coring is going so well now. Oh, 7,000 levies. Oh, boys, this is it. Form Ireland. For decades, England has attempted to subjugate the Irish population, can take control of the island. To unite the Irish lands under a sole flag may be the only chance to repel them. Boom! The Lordship of Ireland has been disbanded. There is only one Irish tribe, and it's me. We can upgrade our country rank to a duchy. It will cost 8 gold. We will generate lots of memes. To become a kingdom, though, we need 1 million population, and we have just under half. We need 50 prestige, and yeah, that's it. So just population is a factor now. All right, England's still at war. No longer at war with Scotland. Renamed to Alba. I wonder why it's called Alba now. Is that because the culture's changed? Alba's the old name. Oh, it is. It's no longer Scottish King. It's a Highland King. That's just like in Crusader Kings 3, where they rename dynamically based on the culture. Anyway, yeah, I think we need to declare war now. We have to do the final war. Casus Belli gained, pushed by the invaders. Let's do this. We are weaker than England. I'm aware of that. Almost 7,000 levies. Let's go. First things first. Let's grab that little bit of the pale in the center. Okay, I think this is the final big battle. 6,000 English versus 6,000 Irish. 1 for 1. Right, this is it. And it looks like the commanders... Oh, he's got a good commander. We've not got anyone any better. 92, 74. Right, he'll do. But let's engage. It says that our side might win. The final battle for Ireland. Initial lead looks like on the English by about 50 troops. We could claw it back if we get some good rolls. Rolling 1 of 2, 2 of 3, 5 of 6. Oh, it's just not in our favor. 0 of 2. Come on. Oh, it's so close. 2 of 2. Come on. The god of rolls. 1 of 2. 5 of 1. No. Hang on. We have an advantage still. Hang on, we're rolling bad rolls here. All of a sudden, the Irish are dominating the English. It is alt history day. Just need to clear up the countryside now by regrabbing all my land back. My levies are really low, though. If they send another army now, we're not going to be in a really bad way. They've occupied so much of the countryside, too. The lack of forts is well and truly showing in my country. Oh, and then they're back again. And another battle. I have to clean up the countryside now. Batter of Ulster. Our side is likely to win. And yeah, that's it. I think that's the final battle. Just need to grab the fort in the south, and then that's it. Ireland for the Irish. That's it. The last fort's been taken in the south. England, will you let me piece it all out? Wow. Take all those provinces and also 500 gold. Well, there we go, lads. We are integrating Ulster and Kildare. They'll be integrated in the next 10 years. You unified Ireland. We are now Irish for the Irish. Oh, 100% stability as well. Impressive. Would have really liked to have adopted professional armies. We have to go for some, like... We don't have more than 20% of those institutions to embrace them, so we can't do that. You get me with the mission. I didn't think we'd achieve it, but we actually did do it. And this is Europa Universalis V. Guys, I love you to bits. You are absolutely amazing. And if you enjoyed this and you want to see more EU5, please let me know. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.